Man, you know why they call it Clown World? Because we live in an age where all the entertainment corporations are championing diversity. Whatever that means, they are really championing. They're very proud of it. They announce it on Twitter. It's like, yes, we have it. Best invention that mankind has managed to do since penicillin. China is still trying to catch up to American entertainment, but they're just incapable of discovering this technology. It's like the atomic bomb. I bet that the Americans are keeping the technology for diversity a secret. They covet it. They don't want China and Russia to take it. So anyway, everyone is celebrating it, but no one is celebrating, I don't know, games that work on launch. Like, that would be great, wouldn't it? Because lately, especially last year, you would buy the game and it would literally not run when you launched it. Many such cases, and then you have games that tanked entire studios, like Forspoken. No one talks about that. I guess it wasn't diverse. That may be the issue, right? It's the spice melange. It must constantly flow in order for games to work. So maybe diversity just failed us that day. But you know what else would be cool? Cheaper games. Like, everyone would enjoy cheaper games, right? Like, the diverse audience would definitely benefit from it. But no, video games are now all the way up to $120. $120. Jesus. And they have, like, all these marketing tactics. Like, hey, if you pay for the deluxe edition, you get to play the game 3 days early. If it works on launch, because otherwise there have been cases where people have spent $120 in order to buy a game and play it early and then realize they can't play it. Now here's the thing, right? This is why I'm dissing it. No one cares about diversity. Like, no one cares who makes the game. I don't care about their faces. I don't even want to know. I genuinely do not care about the developers that make my game. I don't care how they look like. I don't care what they do when they're at home. I don't care in which sexual position they fuck their wife or their husband. It's none of my concern. What I do care is a product that is working, is good, and hopefully it doesn't require me to sell a kidney in order to play it. But recently we noticed that companies are incapable of making cheap products. They're incapable of making good products or functioning products, and they're hiring even more developers. Like, anyone should just go and look right now on YouTube on Batman Arkham Asylum. Okay, like, it's a very old game. Go look at it and compare it to Suicide Squad. And then realize that the budget for Suicide Squad is colossal compared to Batman Arkham Asylum. It's got more developers working on it. It's got diversity working in its favor. It's got, like, all of these stuff. And for some reason, it didn't sell. So now companies are desperate. Instead of, like, just making a good game or listening to what the consumer wants, they constantly figure out of ways and tricks and all of these strategies in order to milk you from money. Like, one strategy is, okay, let's get everyone to have a PlayStation Network account so we can harvest their biometrics and sell them to third parties. That's how they can make money. Let's get all of our players the opportunity to spend $120 for the game so that they can play 3 days earlier. Let's have DLC. Let's have loot boxes. Let's have all of this nonsense when they can just try and focus on making a good game. And of course, they also operate on this mental deficiency that the male gaze is evil. So they need to remove everything that is sexual from their game, which means that they can't sell toys. Because, you know, like, people want to buy something that looks cool. Like, they would buy a World of Warcraft Jaina figurine or a World of Warcraft Night Elf figurine if it looks cool. But no, they don't do that anymore. You know, it doesn't even have to be sex appeal. I remember when Blizzard would sell Frostmourne replica, and the Frostmourne replica ended up on a reality TV show with people that were selling antiquities. And the guy that had it, I think he had, like, one of the first ones ever made. It went for 10 grand on some ridiculous price like that. And that was the value of companies when they created good products. Like you didn't need DLC. You just sell a piece of merchandise, a piece of plastic that's associated to your game, and people would buy it. But of course, you know, they're not doing that anymore. So instead, they're trying to figure out new ways of monetization. And we reach the point where you may end up paying for a game. You may end up paying like $120 for a game, and you're going to get ads as well. It's not that I really ever guess the idea of ads in the game, if it makes sense. Like, for instance, if you play a FIFA game, right, and you have like the banners next to the stands, and the banners are showing like Nikkei or whatever, like, that's fine. Okay. But they're probably going to try to force them in places where they don't belong. I am willing to bet that they're going to have, like, at some point, some forced loading screens. Like, loading screens where you don't actually need it, but it's going to be there just so you can see the ad. Just so you can see the McDonald's during the loading screen or some bullshit like this. Hey, you know, maybe they can have it even like, pay us money and we will remove the ads. Like, if you give us like $10, we will remove the ads. Or whatever psychological manipulative tricks that they come up with. So disgusting. I think like the CEO of EA Games at one point, way back, may not be EA Games, maybe a different company, but just so you know how detached these people are from the gaming community, they're basically suggesting it's like, why shouldn't people pay for bullets? Like, pay $1 so you can get a bullet refill in Battlefield. And I was like, my god, that is so fucking disgusting, isn't it? I think the man ended up working for Unity afterwards, before getting fired from there as well. It's like, these very predatory business practices. Like, again, with Unity, it was the same mentality that we need to take the profits any way we can. And they said for install, like you're going to have a spyware on your customer's machine every time you install, they install the game. The game developer will have to cough up cash. It's like, who comes up with these things? And instead of like the energy being focused on how to make the game better, how to make the game more enjoyable, how to make the game, well, I guess artistic, right? Like that's what they used to be. They used to praise the fact that games are artistic. You can't make art like this, right? They don't let the artist create. They sanitize the artist. They sanitize the product. And then the only way that they think on how to make money is by having all of these bad business practices. And then talking about, oh, we need to start placing real-world advertisements inside our game experiences. Like, motherfucker, I highly doubt you play games. You may be the CEO of EA, but you're not acting like a gamer. And honestly, I doubt that you actually play video games. Like, putting ads in our game experiences. Yeah, sure. And I'm willing to bet that the prices are going to lower. Right? Like, they're not going to say, well, you know, we put the ads in our game now, so instead of paying like $70 for them, we'll sell them for $50. No, of course not. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.